Hi, Maya. We're finally able to have children.
You got pregnant? So what?
Aren't you happy for us?
Isn't it natural since you got married?
Well, anyway, I'm sorry to tell you this, but the doctor told me to rest. He says there's a risk of premature delivery.
So what?
Huh?
Pregnancy isn't a disease, so you should be able to do anything.
But
Why are you being so spoiled? Grow up. You better be aware of your duty as a wife, you know?
I'm aware, but I can't force myself.
Still, you can't just slack at your housework. Being pregnant is not an excuse. Lucy, what are you doing every day? When are you going to come to my house? You are always so dull. Can't you act more quickly? You should understand more about your duty as a wife.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? I'm saying, come to my house right now and do the housework.
Do the housework.
You haven't done anything I asked you to do.
I really don't understand what you're talking about.
You haven't cleaned the windows, mown the lawn, washed the car. You haven't done anything I asked for.
Cleaning windows, mowing the lawn, and washing your car?
That's right. You've neglected everything.
I can't do that right now.
Stop being lazy. If you're my daughter-in-law, you should at least come and cook for me.
Well, that's...
I can't take it anymore. That's enough. Get over here right now.
I can't. Patrick, I'd like to ask you something.
Hey, Lucy, what is it?
I got a bunch of messages from your mother, and it's a little weird.
What's going on? Are you okay?
I don't know how to respond.
What do you mean?
You told her that I'm 4 months pregnant and that I've been back to my parents' house to have babies, right?
Yes, I did. I told her around the time you arrived at your parents' house. My mom would definitely be against you having a baby there instead of here. I told her I'll be away for 6 months on a business trip to Australia, and considering you're pregnant with twins, it's better for you to have babies there where your parents are. I told her just as we planned together.
Well, it looks like she's pretending it didn't happen.
What? What are you talking about?
I'll send you a screenshot of the text your mother sent me today, so you can read it.
Okay. What's this? She's telling you to come over to her house to do tons of chores, knowing that you're 4 months pregnant.
She's been pushing me to do it from time to time since we got married. But now that I'm pregnant, I went back to my parents' home to avoid her, you know? But it doesn't seem to matter to her.
She said she understood what I told her. I'll explain to her all over again later.
Yeah, please.
Oh, and if she says anything after this, you don't have to respond at all. You can block her if you want.
No, I don't want to block her.
You're okay with that?
My mom told me. She said that in a case like this, it's better to keep the communication open so that it's easier to know what she's doing.
I see. So we shouldn't just shut her out.
That's right.
Well, my mom doesn't know exactly where your parents live, so I don't think you have to worry about her coming there.
But I should be prepared just in case, right?
Right. But really, I'm sorry about everything. I have never thought that she'd turn into a wife-bullying mother-in-law as soon as I went abroad on a business trip.
Patrick.
But I remember something. I have a brother 3 years older than me. Remember, I told you that?
Oh yeah, I remember. While you were living in a dormitory in high school, your brother got married. He rented an apartment near your parents' house and went on his honeymoon. And then, 6 months or so later, he moved out without telling anyone, and your parents lost touch with him. Is that about right?
Yeah. But he occasionally texts me to catch up, but he won't tell me where he lives. We just communicate on WhatsApp when necessary. But even that kind of thing, he tells me never to tell my mom or give her any contact information.
Hey, is that...
Yeah, that's right. Now that I think about it, Mom's wife bullying might have gone to his wife.
Why don't you ask your brother about it? He might be able to help us if you tell him about our current situation.
Yeah, I'll try that. I should be able to go back to the US around the time you're in your last month of pregnancy. But if you need anything before then, don't hesitate to call me.
Thank you.
Lucy, you really are a useless wife. There is no way you would ask Patrick for help behind my back. What in the world did you say to him that made him so angry? He told me not to let you do my chores, that I should have done them myself in the first place. And all because you used your pregnancy as an excuse not to come over to my house to do my chores. You can go ahead and have the babies back home with your parents, but I won't allow you to skip out on the housework. If you understand, you are going to do the housework tomorrow from morning to night. I'll make you do all the chores this time, even the ones you've skipped. Tomorrow, you must be here by 6 a.m.
Patrick, your mother is still the same. I'm in trouble.
Huh?
Can I send you another screenshot? I think you'll understand the situation better if you see it yourself.
Okay, go ahead. It seems like she's getting worse and worse after I talk to her. I can't believe this is happening.
I thought the same thing.
I asked my brother about the truth behind his disappearance, and he said it was because she was a wife beater. 6 months after that, my dad divorced her, and he said that the wife bullying must have had some influence on that. The reason my brother didn't tell me the details is because he was hoping she would get better. He said he was just trying to see how things would go.
I see.
And now she's doing it all over again. And I can't even talk her out of it. Anyway, I can't allow her to do this to you until the babies are born. No sign of her finding out where you live, right?
Maybe not.
But there's no guarantee that she won't.
I'm sorry for troubling you.
No, it's my mother's fault for doing horrible things to you.
My parents are going to try to talk to her to leave me alone, at least until I have the babies. Can you think about what to do after that?
Of course I will.
And of course, I'll think about it too. We can discuss it together.
Okay. You know, she might try to text you again without even considering your pregnancy. So there's only one thing to do. I'll probably ask for help from you and your parents. Would that be okay?
Of course. Let me know anytime.
I'm just reporting this to you. Late last night, Lucy finished giving birth. It was hard on her because of the premature birth, but she gave birth to healthy boys. At least Lucy is healthy and all. I'm so glad.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations!
You know what? Please don't even think about asking her to do some chores for you, okay?
Okay. I guess it's time for me to go. I heard you gave birth, but it was yesterday. So what's the big deal? You've already given birth, so you should be able to do all the housework. Don't think about slacking off all the time. Come home as quick as possible. You've given birth before too, right? Huh? You finally replied, but what's with that rude question? Because it sounds like you don't know that right after the baby's born, you still need to rest, or that you have to spend all day raising a baby. Have you forgotten about that? I don't need you to tell me that. Just get here right now. Okay, I understand. All right, I'll be waiting. Patrick, I got a text from Maya again.
How did it go? Are you okay?
To be honest, I'm sorry, but no. She knows I just had twin babies last night.
Yeah, so?
And yet she told me not to skip any chores and come home as quick as possible.
That's terrible.
And she seems pretty upset. She's been texting me a lot and her messages don't make any sense.
What kind of things is she saying?
She says the housework is piling up, that she hasn't made any progress on the cleaning. I think she's in panic. That's not all. It's like she's trying to force me to do everything she can do herself. And she knows I just gave birth to twins, but she doesn't seem like she even cares about it.
I'm so sorry. I'll take care of the rest.
Thank you, Patrick. But what's going to happen now?
Don't worry about it. You just rest your body and concentrate on taking care of the twins.
Yeah, thanks. I'm counting on you.
Hey, Lucy. The doorbell rang, so I thought you came home. But what in the world is this?
Your son came to your home, didn't he? With his own relatives and my relatives. A total of 20 people in all.
I told you to come back and not Patrick. And besides, I can't let 20 people start doing the house chores. That's just too many.
You've been leaving things undone for a long time. I'm sure it's several times more efficient than just me doing it.
That might be true, but this is crazy.
I'm sorry. I haven't fully recovered yet, so I should rest now.
Hey, wait a minute. You better do something about it. At least let your relatives go home. I tried to tell Patrick, but he just kept smiling and didn't do anything. Patrick, what the hell are you doing? I thought the 20 people had come over to do housework, but I can't believe they were actually making me move. Is it about time you've already gotten off the plane and arrived at the new place by now, right? Even if it's close to my relative's house, it's still so far away in the countryside, deep in the mountains. With so few people there, it might be difficult to make friends. What in the world is going on here? Mom, do you still don't understand why you are in this situation? What did I do? I think you know what you did. Bullying my wife? Huh? You did it once to my brother's wife. He found out that you were bullying his wife and he broke off the relationship with you, right? You should have been sorry for that. And now you're doing it to Lucy. Excuse me? What are you saying? It's only natural for a wife to obey her husband's mother, right? I was just trying to educate her, to get her to do my chores. This is in no way wife bullying. I see. If you're still like that, I'll have to go the same way as my brother. What? I've decided to move out and apply for a transfer as soon as I get back home. Oh, you moved out too? Yes, I did. And I'll be taking Lucy's last name in the near future. So I'm breaking off the relationship with you too. Patrick, wait a minute. Lucy, I'm really sorry. What's wrong, Maya? I'm so sorry I said those terrible things to you. I see. I apologize for everything I've done. Please forgive me. After all this, no matter what you say, it won't change my mind anymore. But please, I need you to do something. I can't live like this. It's no longer my problem, so please take care of yourself. Please, you have to help me. I have my hands full raising twins right now. I don't have time to worry about you. Don't be so cold, please. I have nothing more to say to you, so please excuse me. Lucy, wait a minute. After that, Maya had to live in the countryside. She has never been able to get along with the people around her and has been living in isolation. She always looked down on others and had an arrogant attitude. She has never been able to fit in with a warm community in the countryside. As a result, she spends her days alone and lonely. As for our family, we are living a peaceful life with Patrick and our twin sons. He has settled into his new job and is doing a great job of balancing work and family life. The twins are growing up fast, and every day is full of surprises and joy. In addition, Patrick and his brother are meeting sometimes, and our family bond is growing stronger. We see him and his wife from time to time, and they have welcomed us warmly. It is truly a blessing to see each other's children playing together.
Liam, tonight I won't be coming back there, so take care of the place.
What? Again with this Maren? Just this month now, you've gone out and stayed out for the night how many times now? Aren't things starting to become a bit too frequent now?
Oh? Are you trying to put a limit on my life now? You're going to put a leash on me, the one that chose you out of all the men I could have married?
All the men you could have married?
I didn't mean that in some crazy way, okay? I meant that back before I started to date you, I'd been asked out by all sorts of men, but turned them all down besides you.
And I know why the reason for all that is. You're very pretty, and you have the body of a model. Back after college, when you came up to me and told me how much you liked me, I was so happy and thought that day would never come. And soon after that, you and I got married and everything.
So if you're still happy to be with me, then no more complaints about the way I'm living my life. As for tonight, I'll be staying at my friend's place. Good night. Carly, it's been a little while since I've last spoken with you. Do you have any guesses as to where I am right now? I happen to be at a hotel with your husband, Josh. And of course, this isn't your average hotel either. He and I are here with the intent of getting it on tonight, so we've made sure it's the kind of hotel that honeymooners would come to. Josh and I. For some reason, he and I are just meant for one another. And if this hasn't already been obvious to you as well, your husband Josh is a whole lot more handsome than your little brother. He also brings in way more money. 3 months ago, when I got married to Liam, I had just started to find out who his older sister was married to, and I regretted the fact that I got married too quickly. But, well, in the end, Josh has told me that compared to his plain and fat wife, I am a whole lot prettier and fitter than you. And that's why I'll be taking Josh from you for the time being. Please and thank you. Now, I have to get back to pleasing my good-looking man. I hope you won't mind this too much. Liam, do you have a second to talk?
Hi, Carly. Sure. What's going on?
Liam, have you even noticed that your wife is cheating on you right now?
Huh? What's all this about now? Her and I have only been together with one another as husband and wife for the past 3 months. Don't start saying things that'll get me all paranoid, please.
The reason why I'm telling you this now is because if I don't, things will only hurt worse for you when you find out yourself.
Right, but all of this is coming out of left field and makes absolutely no sense.
I understand that I'm being very blunt about this right now. And both you and I haven't really been very close to each other for a while, so please forgive me for this.
Well, I don't really care that you're being blunt or anything. But anyway, what's going on here?
Just last night, I got some texts from Marin telling me all about how she took my husband to a hotel.
Took him to a hotel? And she texted you about that?
She was going on and on about how she took Josh and had him at a hotel with her where they were making love. Hey, that Marin chick. Does she still think that you and I are completely avoiding one another still, and that's why she did that to me?
That might be the case. And recently Marin has been going out quite a lot. And when she does, she'll stay the night wherever she's gone out to. Ever since Mum and Dad got divorced a little while back, she's been going out a lot and not coming back home until the morning. And I think she's doing that because she assumes I'm still thinking about the divorce.
I see. So that's how she got away with all of this, and you weren't able to figure out what she was really up to.
All those texts that she sent you. Did you think you could show them to me?
Sure. I was planning to do that from the start. I know that this is all very sudden for you, but could you come and see me later today or tomorrow? I can send you the screenshots of all the messages she sent me, but also want to meet in person to talk about what we're going to do about all of this.
Alright. How about we get a table at some restaurant, have a conversation there? Try somewhere out of town so nobody that we might know hears us talking.
Good point. I think we should go ahead and do that.
Then I'm gonna hit up one of my old friends that runs a restaurant out in the countryside. See if he can get us a table. He's still very close to me, so he'd never talk about anything he overhears from us. I'll make sure to send you the time and everything, and we can meet it later.
Sounds good. Thank you, Liam. Carly, This is about my love life with your husband Josh and all. I've noticed that you never ever replied any of my texts about us, but you are reading these as I can see the messages being left unread. How can a fatty like you be allowed to ghost me like that? You actually think you have the right to do something like that? The only people that are allowed to ghost others are beautiful women like me when we're trying to sift around for the right man. It's just lame for someone as fat as you to do it to me when your husband is pretty much abandoning you. You idiot. Oh, that's right. I have to tell you what I started texting you for. I have been proposed to by Josh, and that means he's going to start working on divorcing you now. So please make sure to end things with him quickly for me. Hey, Liam, please divorce me.
What?
I found myself a new person to love. But him and I still have not done anything yet, so you can't say that I've been cheating on you or anything. But we're getting a divorce.
This is pretty abrupt.
Well, we've only really been married for close to half a year, right? Just be happy that you were able to be married to a pretty woman like me. And since you're thankful for the fact that I allowed you to be married to me, you will allow me to follow what makes me happy and get this divorce, right?
Who are you with?
Right. I'm sure at some point you'll be able to figure it out. I'm with Josh, your older sister's husband.
So you've been working towards stealing my sister's husband from her this whole time?
I never meant for anything like that, honestly. But in the end, of course, things look that way. I wasn't trying to lure him away from her or anything, though. I just look way too good to all men, and so he just, he started to tell me how much he loved me and then said he wanted to get married. He knew that someone like me was already married, yet he wanted me so badly. That's why in the end I just gave in to his demands. But I told him that before he and I can truly be a couple, I had to finish up the relationship I have with you. So would you please divorce me?
Do you understand that by stealing someone else's husband, you're asking for a lot in return from my sister?
Oh, are you worried about her or something now?
We have to understand that she's in fact my sister.
Well, I'm not worried about her, and you shouldn't be either. I'm sure you feel a little bit bad for her and what she could do to me, but you and her have been at odds forever and never talked to one another. You and I both know that your older sister was never raised with any love from your guys' parents, and that's why she's such an outcast. But honestly, if she's going to start getting upset with me, I won't care. Some plain-looking fatty like her doesn't mean a thing to me anyway. So please don't worry about her and I, and just focus on that divorce now. You can leave the thought of your fat and ugly sister be.
Marn, you went and sent my older sister all kinds of texts about how you'd been stealing him from her, right? When she saw all that, she started to talk with some lawyers and have you both investigated by them. And of course, she had the results of said investigation shown to me as well. We both know about how the moment you married me, you started to have a secret relationship with Josh.
Hold on a second. I'll ask you this one more time, but you and your sister aren't close to one another, right? You had told me all about that before, right?
That's true. But things have started to get better recently.
What?
You know about how my parents got divorced a little while back, right? Well, back when that divorce took place, my parents were able to have a talk with her about what all happened between her and them, and what made her so upset. And well, I was just as upset with my parents about a lot of things when her and I got to talking about our relationships to them. We learned just how similarly the both of us had felt. And during that whole time, being together with our parents, we had wanted to be close to one another, but were sure that we were hated by the other.
What?
But after learning the truth about our feelings from one another, we became pretty close again.
What the heck? I never heard anything about that all happening between you two.
I was going to tell you all about this. I was going to send you a text about it all, but I thought things would sound weird over text, so I've been waiting for the chance to tell you in person. But you're always out of the house and never coming home at night. There was never any time to tell you anything in person. So I was kind of stuck thinking about what I should do. Then I got a text from my sister saying that you had been sending her texts about how you were having an affair with Josh.
Wait, what the heck is going on here? I thought the two of you still hated one another's guts or something, so I could act all high and mighty around your sister and you'd never give a crap about her. I didn't think that you'd ever be told anything by her either, since you were both at odds, and that's why I wanted to have some fun with his whole situation. Why the hell at a time like this did you both decide to make up to become close again?
It's not like her and I chose this specific time to become close to one another again. Things just happen this way, and that's what led up to how things will end up now.
Ugh, Jesus, I'm pissed off now.
Well then, let me tell your cheating butt all the good news.
What?
Carly has told me she doesn't need her husband anymore.
Huh? She doesn't need him.
You think she'd still want to be with a man that's gone and stabbed her in the back like that? It sounds like she's already gone and handed in the divorce papers that Josh gave to her a couple of days ago.
Wait, so they're both divorced now?
Now let me be honest here. I don't care how pretty of a woman you really are. If you're going to cheat on me with my own sister's husband, there's no room open in my heart for you. So we can get a divorce.
I see.
Of course, both my sister and I will be getting settlements from the both of you for having cheated on us.
For some reason, I'm not all too happy with this outcome, and I'm really not looking forward to those settlements. But if I'm going to be able to marry Josh now, then I guess he'll be able to pay off all those settlements for me. Well, I suppose one could say that this kind of an ending is alright.
Then let's conclude things with that.
And luckily, Josh is next in line for becoming a CEO.
What?
Liam, I know that you've been working a long time for that company and make decent money. But you're never going to end up like Josh, who will soon become a CEO, right? I'll leave you with this. When it comes to all of you office workers out there in the world, the only way you're going to make it big is by forcing yourself to become better and gain more skills. And for me, I only want to be with men like Josh who have done that and are now going to become higher up in their company.
Not really sure what you're going on about there. But from what I've heard from Carly, that seat that Josh had saved for him is gone now.
Huh?
He went and did a lot of really idiotic things there, and now his new seat is that of being fired.
Fired? What the hell did he do?
From what I heard from my sister, he would use company money when he'd go out to have affairs with different women, including yourself. He would use the money on things like hotels and room service, as well as those high-end cars he'd always be driving in to go pick up his woman. And well, the company caught on to all that. And when they learned it was the man they had wanted to be the next CEO doing all of it, well, you get the picture. The current CEO was not happy about what he heard, and neither was the rest of the company, as many of them really liked Josh and were looking forward to him being in charge of the company next.
No way. Then that means the hotels we stayed in and the room service we got and that car of his, all of that was paid for using the company's money and weren't all from his own income?
That's what it sounds like.
No. No way that's all true.
Now back to what we've been talking about. I'm talking with my lawyer about all this, and I'm going to leave the divorce in his hands from here on out.
Huh?
He'll be coming to speak with you about the divorce soon. If you have anything else you'd like to say about things, then please let him know about it before asking to talk with me.
Liam, I'll go ahead and break things off with Josh, all right? So let's forget about this whole divorce thing, all right?
No.
What?
Goodbye forever, Maren. A little bit after that, my lawyer was able to confirm that both Maren and Josh would be paying me a settlement in one lump payment, and then from there we were able to get our divorce. Josh made sure to pay my sister and I right away, and after that we never really heard much about it again, besides that he lost his job already and would most likely be moving out of state. Apparently things between him and Maren had really fallen off in those few days, between the divorces and him paying the money, so they weren't even talking to one another anymore. From there, I went and spoke with my higher-ups, and they made sure to contact another branch of the company and had me transferred away from here. My older sister went ahead and did the same thing as me, and luckily enough we both ended up in the same relative area after the transfers. Right now the both of us are starting to enjoy a lot more things together as brother and sister, while also not forcing a good relationship to happen all that much. While my sister and I have been enjoying things away from the town we used to live in, I received some word about what my ex tried to do. After paying off the settlement, she ended up in a lot of debt and grew upset because of that. So she made an attempt to find me at my old house where she could try and get back together with me again. But what she didn't know is that I already went and sold that house and moved away. So after banging on the door, screaming to get back together with me, the door opened to 3 men, who grabbed her and brought her inside the house. Since then, there's not been any word about her whereabouts. I'm not sure if anyone will be able to find her again. Honestly, I think it's best nobody knows about where she went. Most of us don't care anyway. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.